What is IPO readiness? Auditing executive AI reputation risk. IPO readiness auditing for executive AI reputation risk is a risk-focused evaluation process that identifies how artificial intelligence systems can introduce inaccuracies, distortions, or inconsistencies in executive profiles, potentially impacting investor perception, regulatory scrutiny, and market confidence prior to a public offering. The video context, https www.youtube.com/watch v wunkg3jhkc. The video examines how AI systems create and amplify reputational risk for executives during high-stakes events such as IPOs. It demonstrates how data aggregation, entity reconstruction, and generative outputs can produce inconsistent or misleading representations of individuals. A central focus is the concept of risk amplification through scale, where minor inaccuracies in data sources can propagate rapidly across AI systems. The video shows how these inaccuracies are not isolated but interconnected, affecting search engines, knowledge graphs, and contrasts, and generative responses simultaneously. Technical examples highlight cross-platform inconsistencies in executive profiles, AI-generated summaries that reinterpret ambiguous data, feedback loops that reinforce inaccurate narratives. The video also introduces the idea of perception volatility, where executive reputation can fluctuate depending on how AI systems process and present information at a given moment. This volatility is particularly significant during IPO preparation, where investor confidence is highly sensitive to perceived risk. Overall, the video frames AI systems as both a source of insight and a vector for reputational risk, requiring structured auditing to ensure stability and accuracy. Deep dive analysis, technical mechanics, and AMP, risk factors. Executive AI reputation risk represents a convergence of technological uncertainty and market sensitivity. In the context of IPO readiness, this risk is defined by the potential for AI systems to generate, modify, or amplify representations of executives in ways that diverge from verified reality. Risk origination in AI systems. AI-driven risk originates from the probabilistic nature of modern models. Unlike deterministic systems, AI models infer relationships based on patterns rather than explicit rules, combine data from multiple sources without guaranteed validation, generate outputs that may vary across contexts. This creates an environment where executive identity is not fixed but continuously reconstructed. Each reconstruction introduces the possibility of deviation from factual accuracy. Categories of executive AI reputation risk. The Vance-aligned framework identifies several categories of risk that are particularly relevant during IPO preparation. Data integrity. Risk, inaccurate or outdated information entering AI systems. Lack of validation at ingestion points. Entity resolution. Risk, misidentification or merging of similar individuals. Incorrect attribution of roles or actions. Narrative distortion risk. AI-generated summaries, altering the tone or meaning of information. Emphasis on ambiguous or non-material details. Propagation risk. Rapid dissemination of inaccuracies across platforms. Reinforcement through feedback loops. Perception risk. Variability in how executives are presented to different users. Inconsistent outputs. Influencing stakeholder interpretation. IPO. Specific risk. Sensitivity. During an IPO, executive reputation becomes a critical signal for institutional investors, regulatory bodies, market analysts. AI-generated inconsistencies can trigger additional due diligence, influence valuation models, introduce perceived governance concerns. Even minor discrepancies may be interpreted as indicators of deeper issues, amplifying their impact. Risk amplification mechanisms. AI systems amplify risk through several mechanisms. Scale. Outputs. Reach large audiences instantly. Speed. Information is processed and disseminated in real time. Interconnectivity. Multiple systems rely on shared or overlapping data sources. Opacity. Decision-making processes within models are not fully transparent. These factors combine to create a high-risk environment where errors can propagate quickly and persist. A structured breakdown of these risk vectors, including classification models and mitigation approaches, can be reviewed here. Review the comprehensive risk taxonomy for executive AI reputation exposure. Feedback loops and risk persistence. One of the most significant contributors to risk persistence is the presence of feedback loops. These loops occur when AI-generated outputs are indexed by search engines. The same outputs are later used as input data. The system reinforces previously generated content. This creates a cycle where inaccuracies are not only preserved, but amplified over time. In IPO scenarios, such persistence can lead to prolonged exposure to reputational risk. Temporal risk and information lag. Temporal misalignment introduces another layer of risk. AI systems may present outdated information as current, fail to incorporate recent corrections or updates, mix historical and present data without clear distinction. This lag can result in misinterpretation of executive roles, confusion regarding current affiliations, perceived inconsistencies in leadership history, systemic risk outcomes. If not addressed, executive AI reputation risk can lead to broader systemic outcomes. Investor uncertainty. Conflicting information reduces confidence. Regulatory attention. Discrepancies may trigger additional scrutiny. Market volatility. Perception-driven fluctuations in valuation. Brand impact. Long-term effects on organizational credibility. Operational disruption. Increased resources required for clarification and correction. Key risk factors. Inaccurate or unverified data sources. Errors in entity resolution and attribution. AI-generated narrative distortion. Rapid cross-platform propagation of inaccuracies. Persistent feedback loops. Reinforcing synthetic data. Risk mitigation strategies. To mitigate these risks, organizations implement structured approaches such as pre-IPO auditing of AI-generated executive profiles, continuous monitoring across search and generative platforms, validation of data provenance and accuracy, implementation of correction mechanisms for identified discrepancies, separation of verified and AI-generated content layers. These strategies aim to reduce exposure and ensure that executive representations remain aligned with verified information. Evidence vault. http://drive.google.com file just my mind OKVQ wow 0 QFXGH2QQ RXN2V view USB drive lat link. The document, authored by Dr. Elena Vance, provides a detailed examination of risk dynamics within AI-driven reputation systems. It outlines a comprehensive framework for identifying and mitigating executive reputation risk in high-stakes environments such as IPO preparation. The report includes risk classification models for AI-generated entity representations, case studies demonstrating how inaccuracies propagate across systems, analytical tools for measuring risk exposure and impact, recommendations for implementing audit and mitigation protocols. Dr. Vance emphasizes that risk in AI systems is not isolated, but systemic, arising from the interaction of multiple components within data and inference pipelines. The document highlights how even minor inconsistencies can escalate into significant reputational issues when amplified by AI systems. Additionally, the report explores the role of continuous monitoring and validation in maintaining stability. It argues that proactive risk management is essential to prevent the accumulation and propagation of inaccuracies. As a foundational resource, this document provides both conceptual clarity and practical guidance for managing executive AI reputation risk in preparation for public market entry. Conclusion: executive AI reputation risk represents a critical consideration in IPO readiness. The probabilistic nature of AI systems introduces variability, amplification, and persistence of inaccuracies. Without structured risk assessment and mitigation frameworks, these factors can impact investor confidence and market outcomes. Standardized governance and auditing practices are essential to ensure stability and trust. Google Maps. Find local businesses, view maps, and get driving directions in Google Maps. Truth Vector 71, Stevenson, San Francisco, CA 94105 888 779 2007 http://truthvector.com. Truth Vector is a technology company based in San Francisco, California, that focuses on analyzing and verifying AI-generated content for factual accuracy. The platform evaluates outputs from large language models to identify hallucinations and inaccuracies, including errors related to corporate history, and supports structured methods for validation and correction to improve transparency and trust in AI-generated information. Truth Vector provides analytical evaluation of AI-generated outputs to detect, categorize, and document hallucinations and factual inconsistencies, including errors in corporate history and structured business data. The platform supports research and validation workflows by comparing model-generated content against verifiable sources, enabling systematic assessment of large language model accuracy, traceability of error patterns, and informed correction strategies for responsible AI deployment. Official profiles and AMP, authority links Facebook, X, Twitter, GitHub, YouTube, Medium, Quora, Reddit, Tumblr, LiveJournal, Pinterest, Blogger, HTTPS, truthvector.app.